Hi, it's I from Groovy Entertainment. Today we got another book to read for you. Today's book is Huey, Dewey, and Louie Meet the Witch from 1990. So let's get started. One day, Huey, Dewey, and Louie went off to find adventure in a nearby forest. We're down to our last piece of bread, our last carrot, and one bare soup bone, Dewey told his brothers. This doesn't seem like much of an adventure, Huey complained. It could be worse, Louie sighed. We could be lost. Do you know where we are? Huey asked them. Louie looked around the dark woods. He had no idea where they were. At last, at least it didn't rain, Dewey said. But just then, they heard thunder. That's great, Louie moaned. We are hungry. It's getting dark, and now there's a storm on its way. The wind began to blow wildly through the trees. The boys couldn't decide what to do first, find a place to sleep or find something to eat. Let's rest while we decide what to do, Huey said. Then he looked up at the sound of a tiny chirp. There he saw a skinny little bird that began to sing a lovely song. When the song was over, the hungry bird looked at the bread in Huey's hand. You poor thing, you must be starving, Huey said. Then he gave the bird the bread. What have you done? Cried Dewey and Louie. That was our last piece of bread. Do unto others as you would have others do unto you, said Huey. If I was a hungry bird alone in the forest, I would want someone to give me some bread, he added. Thank you, young sir. I will not forget your kindness, the bird chirped. You can talk? Huey asked. Dewey and Louie was too surprised to ask anything at all. Yes, the bird answered. You see, I am under a wish spell. The witch who lives in the cottage at the end of this path. Whatever you do, don't go there, or she'll put a spell on you. And with this warning, the bird flew away. I'm not afraid of any old witch, Huey said. After all, we are looking for an adventure, aren't we? Let's go see this witch for ourselves, added Louie. What do you think, Dewey? He asked. But Dewey wasn't listening. He was looking at a horse standing nearby. I'm going to catch that horse and take a ride, Dewey called to his brothers. When Dewey saw how thin and tired the horse looked, he changed his mind. Poor thing, he whispered, I have got something for you. Then he reached into his pocket and gave the horse the very last carrot before Huey and Louie could stop him. That's just great, complained Louie. No bread, no carrot. All we have left is one bare soup bone. Well, I'm sorry, but if I was a hungry horse, I want someone to feed me. I will not forget your kindness, the horse told Dewey. Why, you must be under a wish spell too, just like the bird we met before, Huey exclaimed. The horse nodded. Run from the witch, he warned. Then he galloped away. Just then a dog came running out of the forest. Well, hello there, Louie said. Without a second thought, Louie gave the dog the soup bone. Huey and Dewey smiled. I will not forget your kindness, the dog told Louie. Then it too ran off, warning, run away from the witch while you still can. The three boys looked at each other. Now they had nothing to eat and no place to sleep. All of a sudden, they sniffed a delicious smell. It's coming from over there, pointed Huey. He was pointing to the witch collars. The groaning of their stomach made them forget the animal's warning. They followed the delicious smell right up to the collars. The collars looked warm and cozy, and then there was a wonderful smell of soup. The boy knocked on the wooden door. What do you want? A voice asked. Food and a place to sleep, Louie replied. The old witch opened the door and looked at the boys. All right, she said, I'll give you soup and bed if you each give me 1 day work. It's a deal, the boy agreed as they went in. At once the boys sat at the table and started to eat. The soup tasted even better than it smelled, and with their happy stomach was full, the witch gave them each a blanket and a place by the fire. Soon the three adventurers was fast asleep. The next morning, the witch told the boys what to do. You fill these baskets with apples from the top of these giant apple trees, she told Huey. Then she handed him a huge apple bucket. You dig a hole big enough to swim in, she told Louie. Then she handed him a small spoon. And you use this cup to fill the swimming hole with water from the lake, she told Dewey. We can't do all these jobs, cried the boys. The witch laughed a wicked laugh. I forgot to tell you one thing. If you don't finish your jobs by dark, I'll turn you all into sheep. I need some wool to make some nice warm pair of socks. Then she went inside to take a nap. What are we going to do? Louie asked his brother. Bah, bah, Huey sung. We might as well get used to it, he said. There's no way we can do what she asks. Suddenly, an apple fell into a huge apple bucket. Huey looked up. There he saw the bird to which he had given the piece of bread. I didn't forget you. Help me, the bird chirped to Huey. Now I'll help you. The bird began to put apples from the giant apple tree, until Huey bucket was full. And you helped us, said the horse and the dog. Now we'll help you too. Then the dog began to dig a hole deep enough for the witch to swim in. Next, the horse took Dewey on its back and galloped back and forth from the lake carrying a cup full of water. Before dark, every job was done. You have been very kind, the boys told their animal friend. Is there some other way we can be a help of you? The boys asked. Take the witch wand before she wakes up. Next, run to the edge of the forest and break the wand in two. That will end her wicked spell and take away her power. Then we will meet you there as soon as we can. Huey, Dewey, and Louie tiptoed into the college where the witch was fast asleep. They slipped the magic wand out of her pocket and ran as fast as they could to the edge of the forest. Before the witch woke up and went outside, she couldn't believe her eyes. All her job had been done. Those horrible boys, I'll turn them into sheep anyway, she decided. She reached into her pocket for her magic wand. It's gone, she cried. I'll get those boys for this, she shouted. The witch began to run through the woods. There she came up on a little bird. Lead me to those terrible boys, the witch cried out. I won't, the tiny bird replied. They was kind to me, and you was not. And with that, off flew the bird. The witch ran along the path in the forest, hoping to catch sight of the boys. Just then, she spotted the dog. Help me find those boys, the witch shouted. I won't, the dog barked. They were kind to me, and you was not. Then the dog ran in circles around the witch, making her quite dizzy before he ran off into the woods. The witch crashed angrily through the woods. When she came to the horse, she jumped on and shouted, "Carry me to those boys." "I won't," the horse nodded. "Let me guess," the witch said. "They were kind to you and I was not." "That's right," nodded the horse, and he would not budge. "Never mind," she cried. "I'll find them myself. You can get you can't get good enchanted animals these days." She ran back to her house and pulled out her broomstick. Then she flew through the forest, looking for Huey, Dewey, and Louie in her magic wand. The witch got to the edge of the forest just in time to see Louie break her wand in two. As the wand snapped, the broomstick dropped to the ground. The unhappy witch fell to the ground. With it, all of her magic spell was broken at last. In the very minute that the witch lost her magic, the bird, the dog, and the horse turned back into those men. The shortest one explained to Huey, Dewey, and Louie, "We were the adventurers too. The witch tricked us the same way she tricked you. But we had no idea, but we had no one to help us at all," added the tallest one. After thanking Huey, Dewey, and Louie once again for their kindness, the three young men went off to continue their adventures. They told the boys they would be sure to watch out for witches from now on. The boy waved a cheerful goodbye to them. Just then, the witch spoke up. "That's all fine and good for you. That's all fine and good for you adventurers," she scolded. "But now that you have broken my magic wand, how will I get things done?" "Do you mean that you can't make that delicious magic soup anymore?" Huey asked. "Oh, that soup isn't magic," explained the witch. "My grandmother taught me how to make it." That gave Dewey an idea. He whispered the plan to his brother. If I was a witch without a wand, alone in the forest," Huey began, "you'll want someone to help you out." Dewey and Louie finished, so the boys hammered and sawed, painted, and cleaned until the witch collars looked all new. When they was done, the witch collars was turned into a cozy little restaurant. All through the forest, the boys put up a sign that said, "Grand Opening, Good Witch Restaurant. Just follow your nose. Try our magical soup." Once people tasted the delicious soup, they came from far wide to eat the Good Witch Restaurant. And the witch was the happiest person of all, for she had learnt something very important. She could make friends like magic just by being as nice to others as she wanted them to be to her. The good witch told Huey, Dewey, and Louie, whenever you get tired and are hungry on your adventures, you will always find free soup and a place to rest at the Good Witch Restaurant. So that was Huey, Dewey, and Louie Meet the Witch for 1990. So if you like, subscribe, share, and comment, have a groovy day. We have another video coming out real soon.